Morning all, Mutton here again, and it's time for another football video. I don't do many of these because that's not what my channel's mainly about, but European aways are an exception. So today we're in Paris. I didn't have much to drink last night, so I can fully declare myself match fit, have a bit of breakfast, have a bit of lunch, go to the ground, have a few beers, enjoy the build-up, and then hopefully we'll watch City win. Come on, you Blues. Well, this is as typical a continental breakfast you can get, just a croissant, a coffee and a water. I guess if you're going to have a big French lunch, then it's probably all you need. And to be honest, I'm not big on breakfast, so we'll have this before we get going for our match day vlog. Wow, I have to say the croissants are dipped in gravy here. They're so soft and flaky. Not like those cold rubbery ones you get in the UK. I'm being a little unkind in some parts of the UK. And it was still warm, straight from the oven. Well, I'm at the Place de la République now, if you can see it behind me. One of the millions of monuments, quite extravagant monuments littered around the centre of Paris. You can see all those on a million vlogs, so I'm not going to go into those any further. Anyway, travel has obviously changed, and here in France you do have to wear masks indoors, or at least you do when you enter a bar or a restaurant, and they're very hot on vaccination certificates. I think I'm going to need one to get into the stadium as well. So I flew in from Manchester yesterday to Charles de Gaulle Airport, and I thought it would take me hours to get through all the rigmarole, but it was actually pretty fast. Checked your passport, scanned your COVID vaccination, and Bob was your proverbial uncle. Or was Robert your proverbial uncle? So the match starts at 9 o'clock. City were allocated 2,000 tickets. Now, given the hassle of travelling, and to be honest, most of it's actually hassle when you go back to the UK with a pre-departure test and a day 2 test when you get back. Whereas I didn't need any tests to come here. And that's odd since their infection figures are lower, but anyway, let's hope City have turned up. I can understand people not going with all this hassle, but I believe from the home side it'll be packed out tonight. So in terms of eating after the match, there's not a lot on, and although this is a football video, not a food video, I'm going to throw a bit in because I'm going to have a mutton style sort of slap up lunch before we go, and I hit the beer and then go to the stadium. So, I'm absolutely starving. We're going to get the metro and head off to the restaurant. I've been told nothing much has changed. It's still best to buy a booklet of 10 tickets. I'm not aware of it being easy to pay electronically, although I believe it is possible. But if you don't know what you're doing, just buy a book of 10 tickets. Does that count as fraternising with the enemy? Nah, not really. We're nearly there now. We're nearly at the restaurant. It's actually 3:30 in the afternoon. It's quite hard to get a meal in France at that time. You need to look for places with the words service continu. And out in the rural areas, you just don't get your lunch if you're this late. And I must also add that it was nice that on the metro, you got full 4G coverage all the way in the stations on the train. So, behind me, you can see we have the restaurant Le Sciatico. Never been here before. Had good ratings amongst the restaurants that are open all afternoon, and I've got a fair idea about French cuisine, as you can imagine. So let's go in. And as always now, a terrace. Oh dear. Well, they were closed, even though they took bookings on their online site. They have regular closing hours, it seems. So on to another place, time for Plan B. So here we are, Plan B, Le Café Blanc. Let's hope that they'll take us, and they did suggest they were open all day on their website. Well, only one way to start a good French meal, and especially to celebrate Chelsea's defeat and City's win on Saturday, and hopefully a win tonight. Cheers. And another French classic, and in fact popular all over the world now, duck foie gras. But they do it better than anyone else here, in my opinion. Bit of chutney, bit of toast, bit of the terrine. Top-notch stuff, and you're supposed to have it with a slightly sweet wine, but it's okay with champagne. So before the main, the red wine has arrived. It is a Chinon Rouge from the Loire. I went with the waiter's recommendation because I wouldn't normally order from this area. Well, the main's here. Duck with pistachio and honey with some mashed potatoes. I ordered it round. It's nearly right, and in France you don't have to worry about it being vastly overcooked. It's never done too badly. That is right on the money, and let's see if the wine goes well. It certainly does, and whilst there are more expensive and probably better wines on the menu for value for money and taste, this is a pretty good choice, I think. So I'm going to polish this off, and I'll see you in a bit. And finally, something I have in a lot of French restaurants, Le Café Gourmand, which is an espresso and a selection of the day's desserts. And it's quite a nice way of having a smaller dessert and a coffee. So I'm going to enjoy that, and then we're going to head off towards the stadium. I've arrived near the stadium and I haven't seen another City supporter. Now maybe they've been shepherded into a special bar, but the place I went to last time was packed with City supporters. I'm going to go there now and check it out, but maybe because of the COVID stuff not many people could travel. Who knows? We'll find out. So €10 a pint, full of Paris supporters. It's match day, who cares? And another thing to notice, as I left the metro station, there were touts selling tickets, presumably in the home end, 300 a pop. Wow. Well, the atmosphere's building nicely here. Some random PSG fans just bought me a beer, so PSG fans, if you see me in Manchester, I will randomly reciprocate and buy a PSG fan. They have bars and things downstairs with a massive queue, a few snacks, and upstairs a few drinks, but all non-alcoholic. So here we are, 10 minutes till kick-off, and City have turned up. It's sold out because I struggled to find my own seat. And the Paris SG fans are out here in number. Wow, what a fantastic occasion. Two of the favourites of Champions League about to kick off, and this should be a great day. The City, if they win, it'd be great. If they lose, it won't be disastrous. But I have to say, if Paris lose tonight, they'll be in. Come on, City! City, come on. We've conceded. Very loose defending down the wing. The ball should never ever have been allowed to come across. There were so many chances to clear it. We've been knocking the ball around nicely, and then we lost possession for a spell, and I have to say there's just that little bit of slackness that we've seen in recent weeks. But come on City, we can do it, we can sort this out. Okay, so 1-0 down after 20 minutes. Not great, but this is the case in the 2020-21 version. We recovered, let's see if we can recover today. Oh man, how close can you get? Off the bar twice, how many times? Come on City, keep going. And then a clear City penalty, not awarded. Where's the VAR? Well, it's half time, we're 1-0 down, PSG 1, City 0. Okay, they put a chance away, but City had more chances. That double chance off the bar, 3-0. I thought we were going to score there, and we had some more chances late on in the game. So it feels a bit unjust, but that's the way it is. Let's hope there's a second half recovery. I'd also have to say, I mean, for all these star players now, PSG have been okay, but you know, nothing special, nothing world-beating, and it felt as if we were getting back into the game, but we just can't put one away. Well, the goal looked like it was coming the other way, and they countered, and we didn't have an answer to it. Oh well, disappointing, but that's the way it is in Europe. Quality players, they can put it away when they get the chance. This game really could have gone either way. So there we are, PSG 2, City 0. That really could have gone either way, and I guess you can say Messi finished his chance well. He's a good player, and he does what he does. So there we are. There's going to be the usual media frenzy about Messi scoring and how they're going to be the rodded on favourites for the event and so on and so forth, and how City and this, that and the other. But in my opinion, not much in the game at all. You could argue they put their chances away, but I mean, Trezeguet, I mean, he couldn't cut the mustard at Everton or Aston Villa, so we're not missing anybody there. Yes, when we hit the bar twice, we really should have scored, but if we beat them at home, we'll win the group, and that was probably what it was all about. Okay, if we could have won tonight, we could have really put them under pressure just to get out of the group, but I think it'll be about who comes first and second from City and PSG. Anyway, a pleasure to be out here, really good day, disappointing result, but hey ho, we go on. Let's hope we do better against Liverpool, and I'm sure we'll be in the last 16 of the Champions League. I'll love you and leave you. See you on the next one, and don't forget, you can't beat a bit of mutton.